Welcome, race fans. Tonight, Top Fuel Racing Indy Series here takes to the Monza track. This is a track that a lot of people are a little bit leery of, but not these guys. These guys are out here ready to turn some laps here. Next to the last race of the season. Next week will be the season finale. And we've got a pretty tight battle for the front two there. Ray Kingsbury with just a small lead over Scott Brinson here coming into tonight. I don't have the points available to me. But thank you for joining us here tonight on MaxSpeedTV. We appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can check out our website at MaxSpeedTV.com or follow us on Facebook at Facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV. Explained edit my videos. I'm not sure if I understand what you mean by edit your videos. You mean my lead-in? That was actually, I built that on a website that you can actually plug all the information in, and it makes it for you. Of course, it costs you money. About $70, I think, 70 American dollars to make that. But it's in HD, so... Noah, I'm doing all right. Doing all right tonight. Ready to get this race underway here. They're going to be doing 45 laps here at Monza tonight. This is the Grand Prix version of Monza here tonight, minus the first chicane. They will not be using the first chicane. And some guys are having a little bit of problem out here, but I think all in all it's going to be a pretty good race. They do have an incident limit. I believe it is 25, and they do have one reset. Shortened fuel load, 14 gallons on board, not a full tank of fuel. So we will see green flag pit stops here for sure. We are less than 10 minutes away from qualifying. They will have a rolling start here tonight. It is not a standing start. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty good sized field here tonight by the looks of things here. About 20 drivers in there so far. We've still got, like I said, about 9.5 minutes here. And we may see a couple more filter in. So, again, thank you for joining us. Thank you to iRacing for allowing us to broadcast up to the iRacing portal, and special thank you to Jack Davidson for all the behind-the-scenes work he does for us broadcasters to get these leagues broadcasts up on the portal. So thank you very, very much, Jack. We appreciate it. Also, if you like the quality of the broadcast here, make sure you do hit that thumbs up there under the viewing screen, and please like the video. That does help us out a lot there, trying to make sure everybody does like the quality of our broadcast. So thank you very much. 7 minutes away from qualifying, folks. We'll step away at that time there and play our national anthem, and we'll return with qualifying underway. So stay with us, folks. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be a lot of action here at Monza tonight. All right, folks, a little less than 3 minutes away from qualifying. Again, make sure you do hit that subscribe button and like the video. 30 seconds from qualifying. And again, thanks for joining us here tonight on MaxSpeedTV. We'll be back here tomorrow night with SMRL. They will be, the Gen 6 will be at Charlotte tomorrow night. So you'll have to join us right here on the live iRacing portal for that tomorrow night. We'll be going live, I believe, at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Mark that on your calendar, folks. All right, looks like practice is about over here. We will step away and play our national anthem, and we will be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, folks, we are back here, and we're still waiting for the first times to come in. They should be right along here, right directly. And hello to you too, Brandon. Hopefully you have a good race here. Good luck to all the drivers out here. And a lot of good drivers out here too. Chris Voiles, man, I'm telling you what, Brandon Kreutz, Ray Kingsbury, Jack Williams, another great driver, Stephen Parks, James Lehman with the fastest time in practice. We'll be watching him. Scott Brinson. We may or may not see too many qualifying times out here. Old Captain Kirk coming in on there. There's Chris Walker taking over the pole for now. Nathan Sylvia putting down a time, so we are starting to see qualifying times come in now. But like I said, we may not see too many qualifying times. If you do run off the track or have a bad lap, a bad turn or something like that and catch the grass or anything, it nullifies that lap. So these guys are going to have to be awful careful you still got to be fast, but you got to make sure it's a clean lap. I'll be in the booth here by myself tonight, so I'll try to give you the best coverage here. We'll follow along with each and every driver. There won't be no cautions here tonight, local cautions only. So that's something that you'll have to bear in mind, that, no cautions, so there won't be any time to talk to, any certain driver out there on the track. I have talked to a couple drivers, and if they do get wrecked out or they get disqualified for too many incidents, they may join me in the booth, and but we'll see how that goes. I know a couple of them, they said that there's parties afterwards. So, wow, that's cool. Party! John Batista in chat. Hey, John. Hopefully these guys can put on a good show for you folks. Got quite a few, like I said, quite a few drivers in here tonight. And we're not seeing a whole lot of guys out here putting down qualifying times at the moment. They will be in the DW12, and like I said, a shortened fuel load, 14 gallons of fuel. So we will see green flag pit stops. And okay, looks like Ray does bring in a time there, 65 one-thousandths of a second slower than Chris Walker. And there's Scott Brinson. He comes in 4th place. He's quite a bit slower. Like I said, it's a battle between Ray Kingsbury and Scott Brinson. I believe they're only like 21 points, or gosh, I can't remember now, 21 or 23 points or something separating those two coming into tonight's race, and with one more race after tonight to go for the season finale next week. So, and that will be at Michigan, folks. And Michigan and these DW12s, that'll be an amazing race. Tommy Lee now coming into 3rd place. Justin Michael 4th. It's all going to be about managing your tires here, and it's going to be about just how much this track gets rubbered up. 10 qualifiers now. Let's see if we've got any others. Well, looks like that's all we've got at the moment. Jason Allison coming in 9th. Wally Turheimer, one of the guys to kind of watch. He's pretty good with these DW12s. Almost looks like Chris Walker is going to hold on to that time. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Like I said, 45 laps here tonight, folks. In case you're wondering just how many laps they will be turning, and it's quite lengthily around here. I was looking at it here just a minute ago. 3.5 miles around this track, so 9 turns. The first chicane is not there. They have taken the first chicane out, so that'll even make it quicker for these guys. The weather, looks like the weather may be cooperating here tonight. 77 degrees air temperature and 87.8 degrees track temperature. A little warm, 50% humidity, and mostly cloudy skies here. It looks like racing weather is cooperating here tonight. All right, a little less than 6.5 minutes of qualifying here. They can keep turning as many laps as they want. Ray Kingsbury now taking the pole from Chris Walker. And not by just a little bit, but by over 0.3 of a second. Ray definitely one to keep an eye on here tonight. Anybody have a favorite out here tonight? Anybody want to take a pick of who might come home the victor here tonight? Type it in chat there. Let me know who you think might grab this win. Anybody going to take a guess? See who's going to be the winner here tonight? Lucky guess, educated guess. Maybe you know the driver, your favorite driver, a good pick or something out there. Anybody want to take a guess on the winner here tonight? Jack Williams bumping Jason Allison back to 10th. So far as top 10 here is doing quite well. Nathan Sylvia comes in 11th. Matt Burkhart 12th. Stephen Parks in 13th. Brandon Kreutz, the last one to take a qualifying time as of right now. Travis Browder, Mark McFadden, them guys not taking times. George Hendricks not taking a time. 21 drivers taken to the grid here tonight, folks. Yes, there is some new drivers. Let's see. Anthony Emery, I believe, is a new driver. I'm trying to think. I thought there was another one in there that I seen too. Maybe Chris Walker. I think Chris Walker might be another new one. And Jack Williams. I haven't seen Jack Williams, so that'd be 2 or 3 new drivers in the league here tonight. Okay, a minute and a half left in qualifying. We will get them lined up on the grid and get everything set here. Give you a rundown of where everybody will be starting while they're getting ready to take their pace lap around. Well, we're about to get the qualifying out of the way here, folks. Just a few seconds left. Looks like everybody's pretty much done qualifying. Have turned in the best time that they can, and now we will move on to getting everybody on the grid. Might take it a little bit here to finish up. I don't know. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer than other times. Brandon, you'll do fine. Hang in there, buddy. You'll do fine. Just be patient. Take it easy. Back up your corners. You'll be just fine. I got faith in you, bro. Just about there. Hang loose a minute. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Good racing to come here. This is going to be a nail biter. Like I said, this is next to the last race of the season. And to see Scott Brinson and Ray Kingsbury battling for this championship. Scott had a taste of the championship last season, winning the championship here in the league. So he wants to win back-to-back. So we'll have to see how this is going to go. All he can do is hope and pray that Ray has a bad day, but I just don't foresee that. All right, looks like that's going to do it. Finally getting through this. All right, let's get down here on the grid, folks. Starting on the pole, Ray Kingsbury with a 1 minute 24.166 seconds. Congratulations to Ray for grabbing the pole. That'll give him a little bit of a bonus point right there. Chris Walker starting in second. James Lehman third. Tommy Lee starting fourth. Justin Michael fifth. Scott Brinson sixth. Captain Kirk back in seventh. Wally Turheimer in eighth. Jack Williams ninth. And Jason Allison rounds out the top 10. Nathan Sylvia starting 11th. Matt Burkhart 12th. Stephen Parks 13th. Brandon Kreutz 14th. George Hendricks 15th, the last one to take a qualifying time. Travis Browder will start 16th. Mark McFadden 17th. Josh Lee 18th. Chris Voiles 19th. Anthony Emery in 20th. And Colin Scott round out the field in 21st position. So waiting on our pole sitter to take the grid here. Hasn't taken the grid yet. There he is, finally. Here they go, folks, rolling out. 2x2. It's not, I don't think they go all the way around the track. They actually start about mid-track. They'll be coming up here on pit road in just a couple of minutes, and we will get this thing underway, folks. Well, we'll see. Oh, we've seen somebody piling up back there already on the pace lap. That's never good. All right, lights are out. We're ready to go green. Pace car's about to head to pit road right here, and here they go, folks. Ray Kingsbury right out of the gate, boy, right in it. Lehman in second. We may have had a couple of guys, I think, that did get caught up into that wreck there on the start. And it looks like they may have even taken their cars behind the wall. Anthony Emery, Josh Lee, and Mark McFadden all out of the race. Ray Kingsbury with quite a bit of a lead, already out to almost a full second. Chris Walker in third. And he spins it right in front of the field. Local cautions. We got a bunch of them piling up here. They do have one reset, but oh my, what a wreck. I'm not even sure if Chris Walker's even going to be able to get that going again. I don't know. Man, that was a tough break right there for them guys. James Lehman trying to stay with Ray Kingsbury. That's going to put a lot of them here. Tommy Lee going to be in third, but he is 6.2 seconds back now. And Brinson in fourth. These guys somehow managed to sneak through that wreck and didn't get any damage on their cars. Nathan Sylvia fifth. Jason Allison in sixth. It looks like he's going to get passed up by Justin Michael. Jason may have a little bit of damage. I think he did get a little damage on that. I don't really see any, but that doesn't mean that there isn't something there. Sometimes these cars do have little glitches. You can't see them. Brandon Kreutz will come into 8th place. Come into the turn here. Let's ride along here with Brandon Kreutz for a minute. Oh, I would say yes, probably cold tires. You do got to let these things get warmed up. It may take a couple of laps, 3 laps probably, to get the tires warmed up. So yes, you are probably correct on that, cold tires. It's all about patience and perseverance here, I'm telling you. Trying to make a pass here, Brandon Kreutz. Passing up, looks like he's going to pass up Chris Voiles. Chris Voiles is on his tail here. I believe they passed up George Hendricks. Yes, George is 3 laps down, and now he goes into 18th place as he crosses the line. And we've got some guys coming off pit road here. It looks like Matt Burkhart just coming off pit road. Was probably involved in that wreck as well. And probably had to use his reset. Wally Turheimer, another one that was probably involved in that, using his reset. No, he hasn't used his reset. I don't know. Sometimes this thing's not exactly 100% correct. Jack Williams, last one on the lead lap, now already 1 minute and 18 seconds behind the leader, which is almost a full lap. When the leader was turning a 1 minute 26 second lap, that only puts him just about 8 or 10 seconds ahead of Ray Kingsbury. Lehman still hanging with Ray, though. Got to give him a lot of credit for hanging with him like that. He's still less than a second behind Ray. Tommy Lee now 7.5 seconds back. Scott Brinson 9 seconds behind the leader in 4th place. And Nathan Sylvia, 5th place, rounds out the top 5 here with 13.8 seconds behind Ray Kingsbury. Some of these guys are probably just hoping and praying this race is over soon. Maybe not a big fan of road courses. I do know there is a few guys that are not road course fans, but nonetheless they want to stay in the points here all the way to the end of the season. Oh, spin around for Nathan Sylvia. Local cautions flying, and that's going to probably, yes, that will get him. He's going to get passed up by a couple drivers. Justin Michael, Jason Allison, and Chris Voiles all get by him. And here comes Brandon Kreutz not far behind as he goes back to 9th. And now that Nathan Sylvia's got those tires in, he's off again, spinning it again. Those tires are just absolutely hating him right now. They're really hot. Every time you slide these tires, man, they get super hot. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Stephen Parks now comes up on Nathan Sylvia. That would be for the top 10. Drag race down the front stretch all the way into turn 1. Somebody's got to give side by side yet. Wow, that's some good racing right there between them two. Stephen Parks will pull out ahead, though. And he spins it. And Nathan Sylvia gets on by. So we're seeing a lot of these guys spinning like this, folks. Captain Kirk back in 14th. He's the last one on the lead lap now. Brand new paint scheme for Captain Kirk here tonight in the Bud Light car. Usually he runs a Marlboro car. Brinson up to 3rd. He's got his work cut out for him, though. He did get by Tommy Lee, but he's 12 seconds behind Ray Kingsbury right now. Just trying to manage a good finish here tonight. We wish all these guys the best of luck out here tonight for sure. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, the DW12s, they got a lot of horsepower to the rear wheels. And coming out of a lot of the turns and stuff, if you don't have it just in the right gear, you get back in that throttle a little bit too quick, it will spin around. Yeah, I appreciate that, Mark. It's a lot of hard work to get where we're at today from the old days, if you remember. A lot of hard work and a lot of money. Jason Allison rolls into the top 5. Good to see Jason out here racing it up with these guys. Running 31 seconds behind the leader right now. But long race, 45 laps, a lot can happen. Mistakes can be made, as we've already seen a lot of them. Lehman still 1.1 seconds behind Ray Kingsbury. No, Mark, that's not me. That's MaxSpeedTV 2. That's Robert Riley. He will be doing arts. Yeah, he's pretty excited, man. That's great. Yeah, Robert's a good guy. He's got good quality stream. Actually, probably the same exact quality I've got. So I've been trying to get him over to Windows 10 to kind of help that, but he's got a little bit better computer than I got. He's got 6-core processor, and he's running a Titan X. The Titan X, I got the 980 Ti. It's almost exactly the same card as far as performance, but he's got 6-core processor. I only got a quad-core. But his streams are, even though he's on Windows 7, his streams are just as good as mine. Lehman having an issue here. He is falling back. I don't know if we can go back here real quick and see what happened to James. He must have spun it or something. Yes, he did. He spun it right there in the turn over the bumps there, and he's probably going to get some damage out of that, I would think. But he gets it back going. Now he's 8.3 seconds behind Ray Kingsbury. Oh, and he's off again. Something happened there to him. He'll have to come to pit road, but here comes Scott Brinson, trying to capitalize on that. Now, I'm sure James Lehman does have damage. It looks like he's going to be a little slower, and Brinson does get by. And here comes James Lehman to pit road, folks. He's going to get some fresh tires on that and see if they can fix the damage up on his car. Don't really have a good camera view for that. Sorry about that, folks. I kind of was a little unprepared for this this track here, and I got to get with my camera guy and see if he can make me a good camera pack here for Monza. All right, well, Lehman is back off of pit road. He'll stay on the lead lap, but he's gone back to 6th position now. Ray with a 15.3 second lead over Scott Brinson in 2nd. Those two in a very tight points battle here, with only one more race to go after tonight. Next week will be their season finale. Then I think they will be starting up the following week with the Indy Light Series. They'll be running the new Renault. They got a 10-race season coming up right after this season is over next week. That sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Scott Brinson now almost 16 seconds behind Ray. That don't look like 16 seconds, but I'm telling you, it is, and it's a long ways. I mean, on a track like this here, that is so hard to make up. The only thing that Scott can do is just hope Ray slips or something in the corner, and he can reel him in. Justin Michael in 3rd now. 10 laps into this race, and Justin Michael already in 3rd after starting 5th. Good run for him. Let's go. We'll run down through the field here real quick. Ray Kingsbury, our pole sitter, has led all 9 laps so far. Scott Brinson, after starting 6th, is running in 2nd. Justin Michael started 5th, running in 3rd. Jason Allison started 10th, running in 4th. Nathan Sylvia started 11th, running in 5th. Chris Boyle started 19th, running in 6th. William Kirk started 7th and running in 7th. Tommy Lee started 4th, running in 8th. Brandon Kreutz on pit road here. Looks like he's trying to get damage fixed, and he's away. Started 14th, running in 9th. Travis Browder, old T-Bro, started 16th, running in 10th. James Lehman coming back to pit road, looks like. Started 3rd, running in 11th, and his car looks like it's destroyed Again, he's already used his reset. Chris Walker started second, running in 12th. Wally Turheimer started 8th, running in 13th. Stephen Park started 13th, running in 14th. Jack Williams, spinning it around here, started 9th, running in 15th. Colin Scott on pit road started 21st, running in 16th. George Hendrick started 15th, running in 17th. And Matt Burkhart, rounding out the field here of all the racers that are still in the race, started 12th and running in 18th. And his car looks like it's got some damage. All right, back up front. If you just type in the search box at the top of YouTube, just type in MaxSpeedTV 2. It should take you right to the page there. I mean, I can't really do it right at the moment, but if you type in www.youtube.com/MaxSpeedTV2, the number 2. It should take you to his page, and you can subscribe, and that way you can follow his streams, because he's got some really awesome streams, and he's got a lot of new stuff going to be coming up here in just the next week or so. He'll be taking over the Max Velocity on every other Thursday night, and I will be broadcasting SMRL every Thursday night now. He also broadcasts on Saturday nights, the IWCR Truck Series. I do the Gen 6 Series on Friday night. And he's got a few others. I know he does ARCs, or however you say that, ARCRS. He does that. And I believe he was going to try to talk to them and see if they can't maybe change a night or something. Ray Kingsbury, coming to pit road. This will be his first time on pit road. That's probably going to open the door for Scott Brinson. I believe Scott's going to try to stay out and lead a lap. It's going to have to go around one more time in order to lead a lap. Ray Kingsbury down and away, filling that thing, packing it as full of fuel as he can get, and he is away. But Scott Brinson now is scored as the leader. And like I said, he's got to go clear around and go across the start-finish line one more time in order to lead a lap. Yeah, he's still learning how to do that right now. As you know, scheduling, I'm trying to work with him and teach him how to schedule the events ahead of time. So, and I think as the leagues get, signed up and everything with him, then he'll be able to go ahead and do that, get their season, quite a few of them scheduled up ahead. So, waiting to see if Brinson's going to stay out here long enough to lead a lap to get that bonus point. I'm sure that's his intentions here. I do see him blinking a little bit. Hopefully he can get that under and no, he's going to come to pit road. Hopefully he crosses the start-finish line before Ray Kingsbury does, because I think he was just about out of fuel, I think. And yes, he does score a lap. So he will collect a bonus point for that too. 4 tires, 14 gallons of gas in the car, and he's away. We've had a few guys that have taken it behind the wall. James Lehman, Jack Williams, and Stephen Parks have all taken their car behind the wall. So a lot of drivers out of the race. George Hendricks, last one out here, 14th position, is about 3 laps down. Car looking pretty clean though. Travis Browder just got passed up by the leader there, Ray Kingsbury. But Scott comes off pit road, and now he is 23 seconds behind Ray Kingsbury out there in the lead. Oh, and Jason Allison spins it around, folks. Running in 5th position. And he's going to try to get it going here. Hopefully no traffic comes along. Yeah, glad you found that, Mark. That's good. Now you can bookmark it or whatever. And it looks like William Kirk has taken his behind the wall now. Doggone. So we're down to 13 drivers. Tommy Lee getting by, looks like Colin Scott. No, that ain't Colin Scott. Who was that? Wally Turheimer. Wally Turheimer coming to pit road. 4 tires and a full tank of fuel. And while he's away, he is in 10th place right now, a lap down. And Ray Kingsbury going by, putting him another lap down. Now with a 23 second lead over Scott Brinson. On a mission here to try to bring it home. If he wins tonight, pretty much lock him up for the season championship here, beating Scott Brinson. Probably by about 30 points, somewhere along in there, 25 to 30 points. So if he does that with these smaller fields, there's no way Scott will be able to catch him. But still a valiant effort by Scott Brinson, coming in second. I mean, what more could he say? Comes out of a season championship last season, and then finishes second this season. That's pretty awesome. You can't ask for too awful better than that. Only for another championship. Justin Michael 34.4 seconds behind Ray Kingsbury. Tommy Lee 4th place, and Jason Allison still trying to gather his thoughts back together after that spin and try to hit his marks again. They're probably about 9 or 10 laps away from probably their final pit stop. I believe they're getting about 15 laps on a tank of fuel, so 14 or 15 laps. So if they can get this run in and stop for fuel, that should be their final pit stop. Nathan Sylvia in 6th place. Oh, something happened there. That was weird. Thought he was in 6th. Brandon Crute 6th. Chris Walker 7th. Oh, Tommy Lee pitted. Okay, Tommy Lee's on pit road. That's why. Duh. And I'm thinking Tommy Lee might have got some serious damage on that car. It looks like he may have had to tow. I think that's what happened to him. Brinson just driving the wheels off of that DW12 now to catch up to Ray Kingsbury, but he is 25 seconds behind him. And folks, I'm going to step away real quick. I'll be right back. I'm going to put it on Ray Kingsbury, our leader, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. Something I wanted to mention here, we will be putting on a race. MaxSpeedTV will be presenting a race open to the community for the first come, first serve for people that want to get in. We're probably going to run super late models at Daytona. We've been kind of kicking this around. This will be our 1,500 YouTube subscriber race. reaching over 1,500. I know I've been a little bit late getting it going, but I've just been so busy on the Saturdays and stuff, a lot going on. And I usually don't broadcast on Saturdays. I kind of try to keep that open for me. But we've been having leagues that have had these one-off things that they've been wanting broadcasted. And I've been doing it for them. And yeah, so we're hoping to get that in probably, I'm going to say sometime in June. You'll have to follow along on the Facebook page there to keep up with the announcements. It's facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV, and we'll be putting up announcements on that when the date is. And like I said, it'll be a first come, first serve, and more than likely it'll be on a Saturday because I broadcast the other 6 nights a week. So it'll be on a Saturday night as soon as I get one open here and available. So, and I'm hoping that will be here probably in the first couple of weeks of June. So Mark, if you can get in that, man, by all means, that would be great. Follow along there on the Facebook page to keep, I'm trying to keep everybody informed. Probably have an announcement up there probably in the next week to let everybody know and set a date, and we will not change it this time. We had to change it last time for, we did the autism race that Saturday, and that kind of messed things up a little bit, but I agreed to do that for Michael Kinner, and it was a great race and great finish, and man, I'll tell you what, it was really awesome. And it's all for autism awareness, so, and I broadcasted that for free. That's a freebie there for Michael Kinner, my buddy, and raising autism awareness for Autism Awareness Month. Nathan Sylvia rounds out the top 5 here. And Brandon Crute, 6th place. He was worried that he was going to have a good race, and boy, he's putting on a good showing here tonight with 6th place so far. And there's still a lot of laps to go, folks. We're just at the halfway mark now. Chris Walker in the NVIDIA car in 7th. Tonight's race is being provided by NVIDIA, so gotta say they're pretty awesome cards. I got the 980 Ti, and I'll tell you what, if you guys are, any of you are NVIDIA fans and know the 980 Ti, it's a pretty rocking card. I got no complaints about it whatsoever. It's a lot better than that junk 970 I had. Man, that thing was nothing but problems from day one of taking it out of the box. I had nothing but problems with it. So is everybody ready for the new build coming up next month? What's gonna be coming out on that build? Anybody have any ideas or have any notes that they want to share? That what's coming out in that next build? Coming up on week 13 here, right directly. Now I know we're not going to get the full DirectX 11 stuff. Probably a little bit more than what we've got. I think there is a new car and possibly a new track coming, but I don't know that for a fact. I think they said something about a Mola. A Mola could be coming, I think. But has anybody heard anything? I haven't really been paying much attention to see what's going on. Brinson, 28.7 seconds behind Ray Kingsbury. Scott just wishing Ray would spin or something in a turn where he's probably trying to talk him into, hey, slow down, buddy, let me catch up. Let's race it out at the end. They're probably about 6 laps away here from their last pit stop, folks. Ray just out here in cruise mode right now with a 29-second lead. Oh, close call there. That was, no, that wasn't Matt. I'm not sure who that was. Colin Scott, maybe. I don't know who it was. George Hendricks. Nope. Somebody spun. Might have been Brandon Kreutz. I didn't catch who that was, but somebody spun right in front of Ray Kingsbury. I believe that was Matt Burkhart. He's away now, back out on the track. And he can pick up a few more positions here. As our leader, Ray Kingsbury, goes by, I believe. So, but anyhow, Ray just in cruise mode. Well, Ray did have a minute there. It looked like he did run off the track a little, but it really didn't slow him down much. That didn't even afford Scott Brinson to close up any time on him whatsoever. Now almost 30 seconds behind him. Justin Michael, 37 seconds behind. Jason Allison in fourth, 1 lap down. Nathan Sylvia, 5th place. Brandon Kreutz, 6th. Chris Walker, 7th. As he comes to pit road. Guys like them 4 fresh tires. Now, I don't know if he's going to be able to make it to the end or not. We got 20 to go as Ray Kingsbury goes by. 20 laps to go here, folks. Yeah, some of the things I'm not going to say don't like. I'll just say kind of like dislike a little about road courses. No cautions. There's not much to talk about. You just got to try to kind of be at the right place at the right time to catch somebody spinning, and that kind of gives you something to talk about. So you may hear a lot more dead air tonight than you normally do here on MaxSpeedTV, and I apologize for that, but. As you know, there's no cautions here. Road courses they're pretty difficult to commentate unless you've got a whole bunch of drivers. And right now we're down to only 12 drivers left on the track. And nothing's really changing at the moment here. It's just everybody's just running clean and doing the best that they can out here. Jason Allison with a good run here today, man. This is going to be a nice top 5 for him. And this is the kind of racing Jason loves. He just loves these Indy cars. Uh-oh, cutting the track for Jason Allison. That's a slowdown penalty right there. Gets it back going, though. Doesn't lose any position or anything. Justin Michael on pit road. And he's away. Making his final pit stop, or could be his final pit stop. I'm not really sure. They may have to stop and take a splash of gas and go. I'm not really positive on this. And here comes Ray Kingsbury to pit road. Making what could be his final pit stop. right, he's away. Next up should be Scott Brinson, I believe. Yes, he is coming to pit road now, too. I don't think these guys can make it the rest of the way from here. I really don't. They've been getting about 14 or 15 laps on a tank of fuel. And they've got 18 to go here, so I kind of think that they're going to have to stop for a splash of gas here. Justin Michael quite a ways back, and Jason Allison as well. Jason's actually been running pretty good here. I'm waiting to see when he's going to come to pit road. Not yet, though. He's going to try to stay out about as long as he can. He is the last one on the lead lap right now, about 1 minute and 15 seconds behind the leader, which puts Ray Kingsbury not that far behind him. Crossing the stripe, making it 16 to go here, folks. Should be. Okay, maybe not. 17. I was thinking 16. Scott Brinson has picked up a little bit of time out there on the track. Could have had a better pit stop. Actually, it was quite a bit of a better pit stop than Ray Kingsbury. And he's up to 27.4 seconds behind the leader right now. So he did pick up a couple of seconds. I'll tell you what, Justin Michael's really not that far behind Scott Brinson right now. He is trying to reel in Scott. Well, folks, if you've liked the video here tonight, you liked the stream, please don't be afraid to hit that like button, and please subscribe. Justin Michael, last one on the lead lap right now, 34 seconds, has picked up a lot of time on the track, but he's still got a long ways to go. He is closing that gap on Scott Brinson. Now he's down to about 7.3 seconds behind Scott Brinson. Got actually just not a whole lot, just well, I don't know, 100 yards or so behind him. A couple 100 yards maybe. Oh, spinner. We have a spin. And that was T-Bro spinning it around. Oh, and another one. Justin Michael spinning it, but no contact with anybody. Guys are starting to get a little racy now. Starting to push these cars pretty hard. I know I talked to Scott Brinson there earlier, and he said that he was just going to try to run the smoothest laps that he could out here tonight and let the chips fall where they may. So, you know, if the championship eludes him this season, then that's just the way it's, you know, meant to be. But you know, I gotta tip my hat to him because he's done a great job here, giving Ray Kingsbury one heck of a battle all season long. They've been nip and tuck and back and forth in the points lead and everything. And one wins a race and the other one wins a race. And it was a really good one 2 weeks ago when Scott Brinson won. And that really kind of closed that gap up a little bit in the points, but it's not going to be enough. All he can do right now is just hope that Ray doesn't have a good finish here tonight. But Scott has been the only one that's led a lap other than Ray tonight. Ray has led 29 laps out of the 30 that they have ran. Ray passing up. I believe that is, no, that wasn't. That was Chris Voiles. No, wasn't Chris. Wally Turheimer in 8th. Really thought Wally would have a better run tonight, but that's still, you know, I mean, this is pretty good. 8th place for him is good. There's a driver that has come miles and miles to improve his driving skills. And it looks like he's coming to pit road for his final pit stop here today, folks. This will definitely be his final pit stop because he can make it the last 14 laps. All right, 4 tires going on. Packing it full of fuel as much as he can get in this thing to last him 14 more laps. He's away. Brinson trying to be just as smooth as he can here and hoping that Ray does make a mistake. And he has got himself quite a bit ahead of 3rd place, Justin Michael. Jason Allison with a solid 4th place finish here tonight. He only had one spin that we caught earlier. Oh, and just as I said that, oh man, he gets it back going, but oh man, oh, he looks like he might have got into the. He's trying to do this without causing too much. Blocking up the street there a little bit, but he's going to hold on to 4th or 5th place. Excuse me. Now he's got to reel in Nathan Sovia as Nathan got by him. Nathan goes into 4th. Jason Allison will be just a little ways behind him now. He's going to have to make up some time. He's about 5.7 seconds behind Nathan Sovia. So you can bet Jason's going to be driving the wheels off of that thing to get back up there with Nathan and try to get by Nathan. That could wind up to be a good race here coming down to the end of this. Chris Walker 6th, Chris Voiles in 7th. Wally Turheimer still hanging on in 8th. Looks like Brandon Kreutz has called it a night. Let me see if I can get him up here in the booth with me. Brandon Kreutz, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Rudy. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Calling it a night, are you?
Yeah, I clipped a car that had spun coming down through the first chicane there, and from that point on, it was just kind of downhill, and I ended up spinning out and hitting the guardrail.
Oh man, tough break. Well, the main thing is did you have some fun out here tonight?
I did. A lot of experience gained from a lot of really good racers out here. So overall, I'd call it a win for the night.
Well, I thought you did pretty good. I mean, you're going to come out of here with, a pretty good finish. Well, you're probably going to lose a couple positions, but still a pretty good finish. And you were running up there in the top 6 for quite some time, and looked like a good solid run for you tonight, Brandon.
Yeah, for sure. I was surprised that I was able to stay up there and compete with some of these guys, and I was just trying to hang in there, and I wasn't really expecting much out of the night, but it was really fun.
Well, did you notice a change in the track as the race went on? As the rubber got built up on the track, did you notice any change?
Yeah, for sure. There was, as the rubber started to build up, it was definitely starting to get a little bit slicker out there, and then as the tires started to wear off, it didn't really help. So definitely a very slick racetrack right now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I can see that. Well, yeah, we were seeing a lot of guys are really having difficulty. It's slipping and sliding around a little bit, but man, I'll tell you what, Brandon, that was one heck of a run. I'm proud of you, man. Right now you're in 10th. You're probably going to be back to about 12th, but still a good solid run for you this week.
Yeah, definitely, and I definitely plan on running with these guys as much as I can now. A lot of really good racers in here, and for sure, just a blast to race with these guys.
Well, it was good to have you. If you want to hang out in the booth with me, you're more welcome to. Keep me company.
All right, I'll hang out up here with you.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about. Everything's pretty much cut and dried here. It looks like Ray Kingsbury going to grab the win here from Scott Brinson tonight. And I'm kind of thinking the way the points are going to shake out here, Brandon, if Ray wins here tonight, I think that's going to pretty much seal the deal for him to grab the championship. Even if Scott would win next week, there's not enough cars in the field for him to gain that many points on Ray. So Ray would probably clinch it next week. He wouldn't even have to start the race.
Yeah, I think I was looking at the points a little bit earlier, and I think you're definitely right about that one. If he gets the win tonight, I think it's over.
Yeah. But I mean, he's been you can't take nothing away from Ray. He drove his heart out, for this season. He's a good racer, and he doesn't. I don't think anybody in here can dispute that.
Oh, for sure. He was giving me some pointers earlier during practice that really improved my game out here today, and for sure, a very good racer.
I don't even see him in TeamSpeak, as a matter of fact. Wow. I think he just didn't want to be bothered. He doesn't want anybody yakking in his ear. He just wants to stay focused on the job at hand here because he's got 10 laps to go. Now, he pitted on lap with 19 to go. You can't make 19 laps, can you? I think you can only make it. All I've seen is guys making about 14 or 15.
No, you can't make it 19 laps, almost 20. It'll be really difficult. He can push it, I think, 15 at the max, right around there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take a look here and see if I can find out when he was on pit road last. On lap 27. Okay, so that would make it 18 laps. He'd have to make it 18 laps, and I just don't see that possible.
Yeah, I think you're right about that one. He's gonna have to pit one more time, and I think with that being said, just about everyone will.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple guys. I think Jason Allison's going to be all right, but he's already a lap down, and so it's really not going to make that much of a difference. But I think we do have one or two guys out there that have Wally Turnheimer, another one. He should be able to make it from here because he stopped with 14 to go. But I just happened to catch him. Some of these other guys I didn't catch when they pitted. Let's see if I can figure this out now. Justin Michael pitted on lap 26. Ray pitted on lap 27. Scott Brinson pitted on 27. Nathan Sylvia and Chris Voiles both pitted on lap 27. Jason Allison pitted on lap 28. Now, that's going to even make it closer. Okay. Wally Turnheimer pitted on lap 29, so that puts him in the window that he can make it. And I'm thinking right now, he may be the only one that can make it. Oh, Justin Michael, well, because he pitted on lap 35. Justin Michael's in third place. and which would be kind of good because if you think about that, okay, if he can make it the rest of the way and Ray's got to stop for a splash of gas, that's going to really close Justin Michael up a big time here, and Scott's going to have to also pit.
Yeah, it's gonna make it for an interesting finish.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to fuel mileage here. I wouldn't have believed that it would have been a fuel mileage race, but 45 laps just seemed to be at the right window, Brandon, that these guys are going to have to manage their fuel to try to make it on just the right amount of pit stops. If they could have made it on exactly 15 laps, they could have done it in 2 pit stops, but I think we're going to see these guys are going to have to. I don't think you could save enough fuel in that to make it 18 laps.
I don't think so either, and I know Scott Brinson, he has the opportunity to pit just 2 or 3 laps after Ray, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference.
Nope. And that could be the window that Justin Michael needs to reel these guys up, and we could maybe see a 3-car battle for the finish.
It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Ray Kingsbury on a Sunday drive right now.
Yep. Yeah, he's got a 30-second lead over Scott Brinson. Nathan Sylvia did get by Jason Allison there after Jason slipped and spun there in that one turn, and that allowed Nathan Sylvia to pass him. Jason was just having difficulty getting that thing turned around and get it back going again. So, but I believe he's okay. But still a solid top 5 finish for Jason Allison. I mean, you can't really complain about that. I mean, he's a good IndyCar driver. I've seen him in a lot of races, Brandon, and he's a really good IndyCar driver.
Ray Kingsbury to pit road, Rudy.
Very good. Well, here we go. This is where things are going to start heating up right now. This is where we're going to find out the difference between the men and the boys, ain't it? Let's see how much these guys can close that gap up. Ray just stopping for enough fuel to get him to the end, and Scott Brinson will take over the lead. Now, I don't think Scott saved any fuel enough to make it to the end, because he pitted on the same exact lap that Ray Kingsbury did.
It'll be interesting for sure to see what happens here. So, only about 6 laps to go here, but I don't think he's definitely not going to be able to make that distance.
No, I think we're going to see Scott coming to pit road probably on this lap here. He's going to have to because he can't make it.
Definitely.
He knows it, and he knows we know it. But Justin Michael, now he has made his pit stop. He can make it the rest of the way, but he's still 51 seconds or almost 52 seconds behind the leader right now. So, it closed the gap up a little, but not enough. Brinson with Ray Kingsbury now 3.6 seconds behind him, and Brinson staying up. I don't know. What do you think? You think he's just going to go for it and see if he can make it, or gosh, I wouldn't think he could do that. But
it's all or nothing, I guess.
Oh,
we'll have to see. Maybe he saved more fuel than we thought. I'm honestly not sure what he's been doing inside of that race car.
I don't. But God, man, that's a lot of fuel to save. Saving 4 or 5 laps. Wow. I don't think you can save that much fuel here unless he drove around in 6th gear the whole way. Never downshifted or something,
Yeah. I wouldn't find that very likely.
Well, it almost sounds like that's what he did, because I'm watching him here coming out of the turns, and Ray has reeled him in because Ray's got fuel now. He doesn't have to worry about fuel, and I believe Scott could be that could be what he's doing.
Yeah, it sounds like actually very low RPMs coming through the corners.
Yeah. Ray is coming though, 2.3 seconds behind Scott. I want to keep an eye on Scott here to see if he is going to come to pit road, and he's going to go by yet again. 1.1 seconds separating them two.
Ray Kingsbury definitely reeled him in quickly.
Yeah, he's down to under a second now.
I think Scott's just trying to hold on as far as he can.
Yep. Trying to make a race of it, you know, and he's going to make Ray earn that position. I mean, he's going to make him earn the win and earn the top spot here. Getting by him is going to be kind of a fun trick.
Definitely. Not an easy track to pass on here.
Oh, I don't imagine. And, you know, Ray's probably trying to figure out right now where he is going to make that pass. You know, if and how he's going to do it. Or he may just, you know, he might just ride behind Scott. You know, Ray, really, he's got enough of a point lead. And even if Scott does win here, I really don't think that it's going to matter going into next week. But that's not Ray's style, nor is it going to be Scott's style. Here's Ray.
And here he goes.
Yep. One into the turn to retake the lead. Ray Kingsbury. Oops, wrong button.
There goes Scott by pit road again, so...
Yeah, so he's going for it right now, you know. You know, no guts, no glory, you know. I mean, you know, he's got 2 laps to go right now. Or 3.
Just wants to hold on to his position at this point, I think.
Justin Michael has closed that gap up now down to 48 seconds, but I mean, in 3 laps, there's no way he's going to be able to close that gap up any more than that. But it's just kind of showing you the difference. Those guys have kind of backed off a little bit up in the front here, taking a little bit easier, and now they're in lap traffic. That's kind of making a little bit of a difference. Come up on Jason Allison, and Jason will go another lap down in the top 5. Respectful driver right there. He pulls over and lets the leaders go. He's not in that battle for the win, so... Brinson hanging on by 1.8 seconds, but he's falling pretty quick here. I'd have to say he's probably shifting between 5th and 6th in the turn. That's about all he's doing. He's not going down to like 3rd or 4th. As a matter of fact, you know, I could probably. Nope, he's coming.
Here comes the pit road.
Yep.
Now Justin Michael. You said he was only about 48 seconds behind. Will this change anything with the positions?
Well, we're going to find out. I think if I was Scott, I would take 4 tires. He's not going to take any tires. He just took enough fuel to get off pit road, and that's it.
Justin's coming up to the final corner now.
He's away. Yeah, Justin is closing up here real quick. But Scott's going to hold on to a second place finish for sure. But man, he is 34 seconds behind Kingsbury right now. This is going to be an easy win for Ray. He pitted just at the right time. And man, worked through the field here and done a great job. 2 laps to go. We'll be getting the white flag the next time by. And here he comes to get the white flag, folks. 1 more lap for Ray Kingsbury, leading almost all the laps, all but 3 laps he's led here tonight. That's wild, ain't it? He'll have 42 laps led when he finishes the race.
Absolutely crazy.
It is. With a 35-second lead over Scott Brinson. Oh, Ray had a minute there.
Wow.
That could have been disastrous.
He held on to it, though. Oh, boy. Frightening moment in the cockpit of that race car.
I'll bet you, man. I'll bet you he had to check his shorts on that one.
For sure.
Just a couple more turns here, and he will be looking at victory lane.
Coming through the final chicane now. Approaching the final corner up here. Put that number 25, Dallara, in victory lane.
Last turn, and he will take it here at the stripe. Ray Kingsbury for the win here tonight for Top Fuel Racing. Congrats to Ray. Scott Brinson finishes second, and Justin Michael a close third. Well, we'll have to wait for Ray to come into TeamSpeak because I don't see him in here. Am I missing him? Because I don't see him. I don't see him.
No, he's not in here, Rudy.
We'll have to wait for him to come in here so I can talk to him. But yeah, good finish for all these guys, man. That was great. Who's poking me or something here? I'm here. Okay, where?
Top Fuel Alley.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, Ray. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, Rudy.
Yeah, I didn't see you in here. Did you just pop in?
Yeah, I shut down all my voice communications to try to save a little bandwidth because internet's been acting up lately, so.
Well, there you go. Well, tell me about the racing tonight.
It was pretty good. I mean, we were having a good little run with James there at the start. He's keeping me on my toes, and I don't know what happened to him, but I was hoping somebody would finish between me and Scott. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But, yeah, our car was nice and dialed in. Track felt really nice. Car felt really balanced. We didn't really have any big issues. We had, I think, 4 off tracks. I think 3 of them were from avoiding other cars. I would have liked to have taken, less penalty point, but I'm not going to complain because you saw how Sonoma went, Rudy, so this one was a lot better.
Well, now, Scott seemed to be a factor there off and on. Were you worried about that, in them closing laps? I know you had quite the lead. You needed to stop for just a short fuel run or, take a splash of gas and get the heck out of there. But everything worked out pretty good in your favor tonight, Ray.
Yeah, I was a little worried on the first pit stop when Scott went a lap longer. I'm surprised he didn't try to save fuel the next stint because he actually would have won I won't say won the race. He would have been closer to winning the race because he, wouldn't have had to make that last pit stop. In the end, it didn't really matter. I passed him with the extra pit stop. I knew that if I had a 33-second lead going into the pits, that I would come out even with him, roughly. So I was feeling pretty good. And I knew once I took that last pit stop, I only took 2 gallons of fuel, and I think it was 2 gallons of fuel, and I took 4 tires. I knew that I'd be in the low 24s easily with lap time, so I knew I could close down a small gap. I wasn't too worried.
Well, one heck of a race out there, Ray, and I don't know how close this is going to make you guys in the points going into next week at Michigan. Are you hoping to have a good run at Michigan, and how's your car going to feel on that track? I know you're ready for some oval racing here.
Yeah, I am. I know Michigan's going to have a lot of aero push. I'm sure it will. Probably going to be a little bit of swap drafting if the weather's right. If you get a little bit of a tailwind into 3, it won't be. But if you get a headwind into 1, you could swap into 1. So we'll see what people do. You might be swap drafting once a lap, twice a lap. We'll see. I mean,
right.
It's going to be fun.
Very good, very good. Well, anybody you want to thank tonight, Ray?
everybody that came out tonight, we had 20, 21 people, so that was awesome. And most of the drivers were being mindful of the blue flag, so thank you to everyone else. And we got Indy Lights coming up, Rudy. I know you're excited for that, and hopefully we'll see everybody there. And I'm excited because we've got a pretty good grid size already from what I've seen from the entries I've received, and a lot of enthusiasm, so I'm positive for that.
Very good. Very good. Well, go celebrate your win here tonight, and we'll see you next week at Michigan, right?
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to go have a pizza or something.
There you go. Beer and pizza. Hey, there you go.
Spaghetti. Maybe spaghetti. It's Italian.
All right. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, Scott Brinson, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Rudy. How you doing?
Well, good run
drinking
here.
Some water there.
Good run here tonight. You come in second place. Man, was there anything you could have done to improve that? We've seen you stay out there a little bit longer than Ray did on them pit stops. Tell me about that, because it seemed like the pits were right around about the 15 lap mark.
Well, looking back on it, had I planned it a little differently and would have known I would have got that many laps on the first run, I would have not gone in as early as I did on the second run, because I should have stayed out for one more lap, and then I could have actually possibly saved a little bit of fuel and not stopped again. But it didn't work out that way. So, but I threw everything I had at Monza tonight. There was a lot of traffic out there. I was watching in my rear view a lot of Justin Michael. I figured he was going to run me down at some point, but it just didn't work out that way. I knew Ray had to make a mistake. I got caught up in I don't know, like a 4-car melee right off the bat that put me like 7 seconds back before we ever got through the third corner. So, I mean, that's how the race started, and it just kind of snowballed from there as far as just trying to avoid some things and, having to go through the sand a couple times.
Right. Well, you led 3 laps tonight. That gave you a bonus point. How close is the points going to be going into next week at Michigan? And you think a win there and Ray having a bad day would get you the championship or not?
No, it's pretty much over. He was 17 points ahead. It's going to be at least 22 ahead of me. So it would take a monstrous field, and he'd have to be one of the first cars out, and I'd have to win it. That'd be about the only way it would happen, or have to be in the top 3 at least. But I'm not holding my breath. That race is actually in 2 weeks. Next week, he's going to have his Indy Lights series going on. It's not going to be on the portal. It's not going to be televised. It's just going to be more of a recruitment race. And then the DW12 series will 2 weeks from tonight at Michigan, and then the week after that, we'll start our Indy Lights series for the summer.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, we're not ready. I won't be here next week, so we're gonna skip a week.
Okay, very good, very good. Well,
going to the Brickyard this weekend, Rudy, for the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500. Man, I'm stoked about that. I can tell you that.
What do you got for him at Michigan?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm not even really thinking about it. The season's pretty much. So I'll just show up with this car and we'll unload it and we'll go out there and just try to win the race, because the championship pretty much be over. So I've had a pretty good season at Michigan. I've got like 7 wins there in this build. So I mean, it's not like I won't be competitive.
Right. Well, all right. Well, anybody you want to thank tonight for second place? Before you get out of here.
Oh yes, sir. I actually want the time to thank you, Rudy, for this entire season, being on board, man, and hanging through these races. And I know some of these road races are tough to get through all the way to the finish. And I appreciate MaxSpeedTV and you being the official coverage of this league and putting us up on the portal when we were brand new. And a lot of people probably got pissed off because we run 10 races and all of a sudden we're up on the iRacing portal. But it's all about who you know, and we didn't let the crowds down by, putting on a good league and putting together some good races. And I want to thank all the drivers that come out on a weekly basis, every single one of them that's come, and raced with us throughout these 19 races. We couldn't have got this far without all those people coming and joining and being a part of this and helping us build this thing into what it is now. And I just want to thank all the people that also tune in and watch these races. We get pretty good view numbers as far as that goes, and I'm excited about that. That means they enjoy watching us race. So I think that's pretty cool. And I want to thank my mom and anyone else I know that might have tuned in this season, and all my racing buddies and Ray for, being a big part of this and, helping out when he can and taking the initiative to start the Indy Lights series. And, we're going to try to recruit some people from the Indy Lights series to the DW12 series to even strengthen the DW12 series even more before next season. And I also want to thank all the sponsors, Rudy, DNC Supplements, which is not Discount Nutrition, Sim Garage, Carmichael's Plumbing, and of course, I want to thank you again, Rudy, personally, from me to you, man. It means a lot to me that you call these races and that you're on the call and that you're the voice of this league, and I appreciate that, man. So thanks, buddy.
All right. Thanks a lot, Scott, and congrats on second.
Thank you, sir.
Justin Michael, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Boy, third place here. Man, it was looking a little like you might be able to reel Scott in there at the end, and you heard Scott say he was getting a little bit worried. You were on a different fuel strategy than these guys were, and it was looking like a pretty good chance that you might get by them. Can you tell me about that, all that fuel situation?
I know we got out of sequence just a little bit. It wasn't too bad. I mean, in the end, we made the exact same number of pit stops, but I don't think even with saving fuel, I would have made it one less pit stop. But just lap traffic kept me from getting to Scott. So I don't know. I just couldn't get around them and got loose a couple times, got in the grass. So we'll take third place.
Absolutely. Well, the AR15.com car looked pretty good out there, and you really wheeled it tonight, Justin, and brought it into third place. After starting fifth, you hung in there, and we did see you spin, I think, once or twice. And boy, I'll tell you what, it was looking a little bleak there for a while, and you finally got it gathered back up and passed up a few more guys and got it back up into third. So great job by you. Congrats on your third place, and anybody you want to thank out there tonight, Justin.
Just all the viewers watching on your channel, and you for calling the race as always, Scott for putting on the leg, and everybody watching on my YouTube stream.
Oh, cool. You got yours up too?
I certainly do.
All right. Well, we'll say hello to your YouTube channel as well. Everybody can hear it. So, all right, Justin, thanks a lot, and good run out there, third place.
Thanks, Rudy.
All right, let's run down through the results here. Ray Kingsbury coming home the winner here tonight. Scott Brinson second. Justin Michael third. Nathan Sovia finishing fourth. Jason Allison with a great run here tonight, fifth place. Wally Turheimer sixth. Chris Boyle seventh. Colin Scott eighth. George Hendricks ninth. And old T-Bro back in 10th place. Chris Walker finishing 11th. Brandon Kreutz 12th. Tommy Lee 13th. Matt Burkhart 14th. Captain Will Kirk there in 15th. Stephen Park 16th. James Lehman 17th. Jack Williams 18th. Mark McFadden in 19th. Josh Lee 20th. And Anthony Emery finishing dead last on the field in 21st position. So again, congratulations to Ray Kingsbury for Top Fuel Racing. Thanks for watching tonight on MaxSpeedTV. And we'll be back tomorrow night for the SMRL Gen 6 Series at Charlotte. Till then, folks, stay safe and have a good night.